Child, the people say Scott don't miss, but apparently y'all do. Because how did y'all miss the fact that Kelsey was the one who actually shot her? We been knew that. Y'all are late.
Let's talk about it.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
Clock that tea.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chi, and we are back for another pressing mess. Cause girl, it is a lot of mess in the press that we got to talk about. And yes, unfortunately, we are still talking about this case 5 years later. Yes, because everybody still has their version of what happened that night, and everybody is choosing to speak on this story from a place of trauma and from a place of pain, rather than just looking at the facts of what happened. Now, I've made several videos about this case, several videos about this case, and everything that's coming out is starting to look more and more like what I originally said. But yet people are still finding a way to go ahead and shift the narrative to somehow put men at the blame. We're going to talk about it after y'all go ahead and like the video.
Nothing for free. I cuss a lot. Bitch, I'm a queen. Not like the thoughts. If you wanna be together, you gotta spend that cheddar. You wanna be forever, you gotta spend that cheddar. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send a rest on me. Ay, ay. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Ay, ay. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send a rest on me. Ay, ay. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Ay, ay.
Oh, why would it ever cut off like that? Tory Lanez case, new evidence. Okay. Now, mind you, I posted a video a couple of hours ago, and I said, what did I say? I posted a video a couple of hours ago, and I said that I was wondering if Roc Nation set up Tory getting stabbed. Were they trying to silence him ahead of this case? Because it's quite odd, quite funny how a couple of days ago, the man gets stabbed. And even with that, it was a whole lot of contradictions. It's like, okay, if he got stabbed in all these places, how the hell he able to speak? How the hell he able to, okay? But the fact that he got stabbed, and then a couple of days later, actually yesterday, we get these announcements that, oh, he's going to be doing like a truth reveal, and there's going to be new evidence that comes out that could shift things in his favor and take him out of jail. Da, da, da. It does look funny. Especially once they start dropping the info about the suspect and how he's in there for life. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person. Maybe I watch too much Power. Maybe I watch too much How to Get Away with Murder. Maybe I watch too much Scandal. But I feel like I'm the only person who's watched these shows and seen night and day, like how some of these things are playing out. And it's like nobody remembers the scenes from these shows. Like, is it that far-fetched to believe that you have an inmate who's literally in there for life with nothing to lose, and he could be paid off to paint a certain narrative? Just food for thought. But let's go ahead and get into it. I wanted to bring it to Fox 11 and not like Breakfast Club or any other news blog, because clearly, as y'all can see, this is not no in and around the house type of shit. This is very official, okay? Tory Lanez case, new evidence suggests Megan Thee Stallion may have lied. Now, on Wednesday, a legal team sought justice in the case of Tory Lanez, whose real name is Ra. They presented new evidence that suggests he never fired the weapon the night Megan Thee Stallion was shot. Mr. Peterson was never given a fair trial, free from bias. What we know, Lanez is currently serving a 10-year sentence for the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. The legal team alleges she lied about what happened the night that she was shot. Peterson was never given a fair trial, free from bias, political interference, and media-driven pressure. The news conference was held by United the People. Its website describes it as a nonprofit organization in which a team of lawyers and activists who fight for social justice and assist the community in any way they can. Where's the actual video? Okay, Lanez continues to recover after being stabbed in prison. Health update. The briefing comes days after Lanez was stabbed multiple times by a convicted killer. Right, convicted killer, because of course. Of course. Okay, because it ain't gonna be nobody that's in there for like robbing Girl Scout cookies that did it. No, of course it's gonna be a killer. Of course it's gonna be somebody, because it makes it a little bit more credible. It makes it a little bit more believable, because it's like, well, that's what they do. Why wouldn't he do it to Tory? Yeah, very targeted if you ask me. I'm going to question why Tory got stabbed 2 days ahead of him coming out with new evidence. Okay. In a statement posted to his 11.4 Instagram million followers, he suffered wounds to his back. But no, I actually want to get into the video. I want to get into the video and hear what the people are saying.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James.
Yeah, that's as big
Mr.
as
James informed us he...
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Right. So I want to get into that interview that she had did a couple of years ago with Gayle King, because I feel like it most definitely connects to what's going on now.
It was an argument.
There was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's
Hold on.
There was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friend stuff. Like we fuss about silly stuff all the time.
Like fucking each other's husbands, like fucking each other's men's. Is that normal friend stuff? Like fucking each other's men's? I'm gonna let her speak.
There was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friend stuff. Like we fuss about silly stuff all the time. But I never put my hands on anybody. I never raise my voice too loud. Like this was one of them times where
How she remember? Wasn't she drunk? Wasn't she batshit drunk out of her mind? Wasn't everybody and their mama coming forward talking about, oh yeah, we don't fuck with Meg like that because she loves to get drunk and crash out? Because it wasn't EJ just the hair, it wasn't just EJ the hairstylist that said that. Multiple people that knew Meg, that were close to Meg, have said that. Multiple fucking people have said that. Meg likes to get drunk, belligerently drunk, then put her hands on people, then get real aggressive. And I've said literally since the beginning, I feel like Meg is that person who you have to give a disclaimer for when she's drunk. The person where you outside, she might be bumping into everybody or might be ready to fight everybody. And you just got to be either ready to hold her back or ready to fight with her. That's exactly what Megan gives. Exactly what she gives. And then even before the whole shooter incident, she fell out with multiple people, at least like 20 people. And I'm talking celebrities, both celebrities in Hollywood and both like people that were on her team. She literally fell out with everybody. And don't forget, the whole reason why this night even happened the way that it did was because they was up in the hills at Kylie's house and she went back in faking like she had left her slipper or some shit there, all because she was jealous at the fact that Tory, who wasn't even her man, but Kelsey's man, was in the pool flirting with Kylie. Right. And then right before the gun went off, it's been said multiple times, multiple reports, okay? Tory and Kelsey have both confirmed that Kelsey and Meg had got into it and were arguing over the fact that Meg was fucking Tory. And it wasn't the first time that she fucked one of Kelsey's niggas. Like, listen, y'all want to sit and do the whole, oh, well, she still got shot thing. But at the same time, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? Like, sometimes you can't poke a bear and tell them how mad to get. I still don't necessarily, I don't know if I 100% believe that Kelsey aimed the gun at her. It still feels like the gun accidentally went off and she just happened to get hit. Like I've been saying throughout all my videos, it's not the same thing as somebody intentionally trying to kill you. Hence why with the crimes and the law, they have intent to kill and then they got whatever other fucking crimes that they have. Like, do I feel like somebody intentionally aimed the gun at her foot and say, dance, bitch, like she tried to come out and say? Absolutely the fuck not. Do I think they were tumbling and then the gun went the fuck off and then she got hit by the gun? Absolutely. Absolutely. But if I toss a knife up into the sky and then it just happens to slice one of us, did I stab you to death? Or did you get cut by a knife that fell from the sky? It's not the same thing. So when y'all say, oh, well, she still got shot, she's still the victim, I'm less inclined to give a fuck, considering all of the bad energy and bad shit that she invited into the situation, that she brought into this situation. But let's let her talk. Let's let her continue to lie.
I never put my hands on anybody.
Nah.
I never raised my voice too loud. Like this was one of the times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated.
Right. It
shouldn't have got this crazy.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance, bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like he shot a couple of times.
Y'all can't tell me y'all believe this. Y'all cannot tell me y'all had believed this. Actually, I know that y'all did, but
I
so
was
is
so
he
scared.
in the car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting. And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick, like, cause I'm like, oh my God, if I take the wrong step, I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important. I don't know if he could shoot me and kill me, like.
I'm trying to have the emotion for this video, but listen, at this point, y'all know that I have already done several videos. Matter of fact, I'll put it up on screen because y'all can just go back to any of these and get my original thoughts on it. I literally did a 3.5 hour breakdown of this situation a few years ago. And then plus all of these videos that I've done with all of the evidence, everything that's come out. At this point, I don't even have the fucking energy for Bigfoot right now. I don't. Because it's crazy how y'all can sit and listen to Megan say, oh, well, he told me to dance, bitch, and I didn't know if he was going to shoot something important. But yet, you were so scared for your life. But hold on, because there's multiple ways I want to take this. Because there's two major things that y'all seem to keep over fucking looking. Anytime somebody says free Tory and brings up him being in court because of Meg, y'all are so quick to be like, well, Meg didn't sue him. Meg didn't bring him to court. The state did. Exactly, dumbass. Exactly. Okay, because what also happened that night is that Meg made claims, because remember, this was 2020. This was the height of the pandemic, Black Lives Matter. Mind you, at the same exact time, all the reality shows, all of them were pandering to the Black Lives Matter movement because there was so many parades and injustices and all of that going on in the world. And that's exactly what Megan did. She weaponized and hijacked all of those movements for this pity case. And y'all sat there and ate it up. Y'all sat there and ate it up and allowed this girl to sit there and lie. Because according to Megan, she never wanted to go to the cops. She never wanted to make this a big thing. But yet you're now in front of Gail sitting here crying, forcing yourself to cry, as though your life depended on it, as though you were super scared that something was going to happen to your life, but yet you didn't want to go to the cops because you was afraid of what they might do and then what they'll do to a black man. And none of it fucking makes sense. None of it ever made sense. Now I'm looking for the clip where, because I want to get to her body count. I want to get to her body count because that's another thing that y'all just ignored. And let me see if I can find it actually. So let's get into it, right? Because at some point during this interview, I believe Gail asked Meg, has she fucked Tory? Has she been fucking with him? And Meg flat out said no. And we all knew that it was a lie. And at the time, everybody was like, oh, well, she's allowed to lie. I wouldn't claim none of the niggas I was with. Like, y'all just flipped it and reversed it for Meg. Okay? Flipped it and reversed it for Meg to the point where once she put out her documentary, she decided to include this part where she's now speaking on it. And y'all still ran with the same narrative.
Out of my fucking mind. Yes, bitch, I lied to Gail King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. But she's always gonna talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. But you kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
And I need y'all to hear what she said. I need y'all to hear what she said correctly, right? Yes, I lied to Gail King, bitch. I ain't know that bitch was about to ask me about that shit, bitch. I thought we was finna talk about the shooting. Why are you asking me about me fucking Tory? What is this about? I fucked that nigga like once. Once on a drunk night. I don't know what she's saying right there, but
you kept catching me out of my fucking mind. Twice on a drunk night, but you kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
Bitch kept catching me out of my fucking mind. So was she catching you out of your fucking mind or catching you in a lie? Right. Because everybody wants to know, oh, what does this have to do with it? Matter of fact, let's go through the comments at that time. What was the people saying? She was all over quarantine radio with him. She think niggas forgot. What a wild way to get revenge with no accountability on a drunk night. Oh, then it never happened, I guess. So they failed because she lied to Gail King but told the truth in court. Her fucking him literally means nothing. It means everything. It means every fucking thing. Because when the evidence has now come out that it was not Tory that shot her, but it was indeed Kelsey. Let's go ahead and play this one more time for the people in the goddamn back. We ain't got to play the whole thing.
Even though unknown DNA was found on the gun, why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver?
May I remind y'all, Kelsey also got immunity. Again, like, am I the only one sitting here watching Power and Scandal on How to Get Away with Murder? It's crazy how we sit and gag about these shows but not think that they're loosely based off real life?
Of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? More times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw two women fighting, two men break up the fight, one man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
And let's talk about it again, because y'all ask, well, what does Meg's body count have to do with this? What the fact that she fucked Tory, what does this have to? Because, baby, because y'all bitches be scrapping for less. Y'all be scrapping for less. I could literally point you to my YouTube comments right now. Right now. Where is bitches sitting there defending Hallie, talking about, oh, but God forbid a bitch fall in love with a nigga. God forbid. Look at all the people that's sitting there. Matter of fact. No, because I just tweeted something a couple of minutes ago, because when I talk about accountability and codependency and how a lot of y'all motherfuckers out there need therapy. Okay, this right here, Cardi B now being with Stefan Diggs or whatever the fuck his name is, basically an Offset 2.0. And then look at the quoted tweet that says, okay, everybody getting a new man, me next. And then look at how many people hearting it and retweeting it, 2.4 million engagement. And then y'all get into these same fucked up relationships, idolizing these toxic relationships. And then y'all do this whole fake protect black women thing, because really, ultimately, what it's really about is, oh no, let's keep the toxic relationships going. Because if I see Cardi and I see Hallie and I see Kiki on one, right? Because they're just dumb and young. And then I'm just dumb and young. And I can say with my nigga, it's a rite of passage. All of this shit is fucking related. All of it is fucking related. Okay? Because y'all want to sit here and solely blame this on Tory, right? I'm not saying he's without fault, but that's not what we're sitting here talking about. We're talking about the fact that Megan, I don't care who brought Tory to court. I don't care who sued him. I don't care who threw him in jail. Megan is the one who spun the story as a black man tried to shoot a black woman. And this is a black man trying to kill black women and take us down. That is the way she spun the story, as she weaponized race, as she weaponized your trauma. That is the fucking story. So miss me with the, oh, it was a state that did it. Oh, that it. All you're doing is making this new evidence that just came out. All you're doing is making it make more sense. Oh, her body count don't count. It does. It's very relevant to the story. Like I said, y'all bitches out here fighting and scrapping for less. You know how many bitches it is in jail right now? Sitting there doing time, sitting there doing life over a nigga? Over a nigga, because y'all worship niggas to the point where now it's so trendy in 2025 to decenter men. Aw. Look at the way that y'all worship them. So you can't tell me that it doesn't relate. It does. It does. Kelsey found out that Meg was fucking on Tory. They got into it over it. That's how we got here. Again, Meg took her ass back inside the party, acting like she left something. She was belligerently drunk at that point. This has been confirmed. This is not my opinion. This has been confirmed. Like, all the facts have been here since the beginning, but nobody is using critical thinking. Everybody's just coming from a place of, okay, well, it's two women and it's a man. Let me blame the man. Oh my God, wait. Okay, black woman, vagina, let me. This lady got drunk. She was fucking on her best friend's nigga. This wasn't the first time that she had did it. She had fucked on multiple of her best friend's niggas. Kelsey had gotten fed up at this point. Whether or not she liked Tory that much, that's not the point. Because I'm sure somebody right now is typing up a thesis about that. All of this over Tory Lanez, yes. Because this is what y'all made it. Yes. But regardless, like, they were fighting over this man. Kelsey had enough. Meg was fucking drunk, belligerent drunk. They got this hustling over this man. Gun goes off. Whether Kelsey intentionally picked it up, whether it went off, whatever. That happened. Then all three of them freaked the fuck out. Obviously, two celebrities and then one plus one. And it's like, okay, we're in this affluent neighborhood. Like, how we gonna do this? How we gonna handle this story? And they wanted it to go away. They wanted it to die. Just like how y'all keep saying it wasn't Meg that brought it to court. Exactly, because she wanted the story to die. That's why it didn't make sense in the beginning. Let me bring up this tweet right here, where it says Megan Thee Stallion's producer alleges that authorities have matched the bullets from Tory Lanez's gun to the ones in her foot. And then, as you can see, somebody said people saying Kelsey shot her. Tory says that's not true. Exactly. Because the point was for this story to be buried. But it got to a point where, okay, now the state is involved. Now this is out of my hands. So then Meg was forced to make a decision by her label. Bitch, it's either Tory Lanez or your career. Which one we about to roll with? Either you about to sacrifice this motherfucker or it's your career. Because ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about a Kelsey. Ain't nobody, that story doesn't carry weight. It doesn't carry weight. It's not salacious enough. Oh, Meg shot by best friend. Okay, yeah, sure, y'all will be mad, but y'all will move on in 2.5 days. But the story that carries weight is the same story that we're sitting here talking about 5 fucking years later. Because we are still nowhere higher than we were 5 years ago. With the gender wars, with the race wars, with the colorism wars, all of that. So like I said, Meg made a decision. She chose her career and she had no choice but to pin it on Tory. I wouldn't be surprised if in 20 years, if Meg is still alive and not in jail, I wouldn't be surprised if she releases a book or some shit when the fall of Rock Nation happens, because it's coming. It's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out like how she was forced to say certain things and, you know, it was her career or that, like we see it all the time. We see it all the time. Look at what's going on with the Diddy case and everything involved with that. Not just Cassie, but everything involved with that. All of these billionaires and elites that's being taken down. Like we see it all the time. And I tell y'all, pay attention to what people say and what they don't say in their actions, because they recognize how emotionally impulsive and how emotionally responsive y'all are. And they weaponize it every single time for clicks, views, and monetization. And y'all let them. Even now, I'm sure there's going to be people commenting down below. Meg is still a victim. Okay. You fuck my nigga and see what happens. You do that to my nigga and we besties and see what happens. Let me clarify. You fuck my nigga without my permission and see what happens. The T-Girl pod, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I ain't got nothing else to say on this. I want to go through some comments. Where we at? 28. Go ahead and like the video. I think we can again.
These bitches is washed. Shying the soap and these rides ain't involved. Been saying shit since out in mama's garage. They hate to see that a bitch finally on top. Stop. Keep watching my social media. Changing my Wikipedia. These trendy to the top and tedious. I will stop the video. Who got the trench? Who got the wrench? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. Who got the trench? Who got the wrench? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me.
Okay. So where we at? Okay. So this is the post that we already went through, but I want to go through some of the comments. Not Kelsey down there looking like Chloe. That's crazy. You waited till Tory was halfway dead to say this? Well, yeah, as I explained in the beginning and as I explained in the video that I did earlier this morning, I feel like something was fishy from the start. Hollywood is Hollyweird. These billionaires, these elites, these record labels is very weird, is very fishy. Again, I don't understand how I do understand, because again, y'all don't even heap the Yelp reviews and red flags and all of that when it comes to these niggas. So I most definitely understand how y'all miss all of the signs that weird shit could be happening. But yes, we hear it time and time again that the industry is evil. Hell, they don't even want to pay these artists for the art that they make, and they're the reason why they're even selling millions. So please don't think that it's far-fetched for a higher up at a label to say, oh yeah, we got to take this person out. Listen, some of y'all still believe that Michael Jackson and Whitney and Prince were all accidental deaths, and they weren't. Allegedly, they weren't. Okay, I still want to know what was on that note that Whitney gave to Brandy. What was on that note when she was wet, looking like she had just got killed? Because it was moments right before she had just got killed. Right. Let's go through the comments. Thank you. This story has been fishy from the jump. This, though, we knew Tory was innocent from the start button. What else? Oh, and let me say this, because I did see a tweet. Because again, like I've always said, it's like y'all have this fixation of protecting Meg, and I think y'all really need to let that go. It's possible for somebody other than a man to be wrong, y'all. Like, I know a lot of y'all don't feel that way, you know, because listen, it's always a man that's the problem, that is the reason for everything going wrong in your life. But I promise you, it's very possible for somebody else to be wrong in this situation, right? Now, is Tory without fault? Cool. I can agree. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Meg and everything that she's done, making Tory the face of this case, okay? And if it really all in the end comes out that this story is not how Meg presented, I don't want to hear why I was drunk that night. I don't really remember. Because, bitch, you set up on Gayle King and acted like you fully remembered from that night, even though you were fully contradicting yourself. I don't want to hear no backspin, no backpedal, no pussy pop. I don't want to hear none of that. Meg needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail. That same hate, evilness, venom that y'all spat at Tory needs to go to Meg. And not just in this situation, and not just because it's a man and a woman or a black man. No, with any situation where there's a victim and a quote-unquote abuser, accuser, whatever. If it turns out that the victim is lying or going with a narrative, then that victim then needs to get exactly whatever the abuser was going to get. Times 3, times 10. Because you cannot go around fucking up people's lives like this. And unfortunately, the lie is always going to be more entertaining than the truth. And even if the truth does come out, again, y'all are going to find a way to shift it to still being about Tory. Because now I'm seeing people on the timeline talk about, oh, well, you know, what kind of man would even want to take the blame for shooting a woman? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? That's not what we're arguing about. That's not what we're caring about at all. That's not what we're talking about. So let's not make that the conversation. Let's move on. My biggest question is why Kelsey had a bodyguard. That's not the question. That's not okay. But wait, I'm confused. Y'all said she didn't get shot at all, right? At what point do we focus on Megan lying? At what point do we focus on that and not in a, oh, well, she lied just so, dude, I would lie to, no. What point do we hold Megan accountable for her lies and creating this whole narrative to the point where we're here 5 years later and I'm here 30 minutes later still talking about it? Why not say this in court? They wanted to bury the story. At some point when you see your life is going down, yeah, singing like a motherfucking canary. But that's for Tory to figure out. None of this shit made sense from the jump. From the jump. This is the third time this story has changed. Move on. We don't care anymore. It actually hasn't changed. This is like the first original story that broke, but nobody believed it because it wasn't salacious enough. And it was easier to blame Tory for all the reasons I already mentioned. Meg knew he never shot her. She knew exactly. And also something that I forgot to mention, that I've mentioned in previous videos, is that I really do believe the gun went off. Cool. And they came up with the whole story of the glass and da-da-da-da. I mean, I still don't know whether it was a bullet actually in her foot or if it actually was glass. Either way, I still feel like all three came together to conspire. And in no shape or form was Megan going to say, oh, like, she's the one who did it. Because at the end of the day, Meg was belligerently drunk. And I feel like this situation, something like this is going to wake you up. It's going to wake you up no matter how drunk you are, unless you're blacked out drunk to the point where you're at the hospital or unconscious. Like me part-time on the weekend. But I do feel like it like sobered her up real quick. And she probably felt bad in the moment of like, you know, like I feel guilty, like, damn, like all of this because I was having fun. And it's like, well, yeah. lying on your dead mama, on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama. Okay, get him on your good foot. He basically saying a random man not connected to the case says he heard Kelsey tell this story and y'all in the comments believing it. Well, yes. Tory didn't have a reason to shoot Meg. He was messing around with both friends at the time. So when Kelsey found out, that's how the fight happened between the two. I mean, it's literally that simple. I don't understand why we sitting here playing these games. I don't understand why we sitting here playing these games. Like, again, like bitches don't be fighting over niggas every single day and it don't go down exactly like this every single day. Anyways, like what reason would Tory have to shoot Meg? It makes more sense for Kelsey to have shot Meg because Kelsey would be upset that Meg, you keep fucking with my niggas. Like we literally see Jennifer and Evelyn right now battling it out on Basketball Wives. We see Shamia and Portia and their friendship fall out on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all act like it's like, come on. Okay, so listen. If I didn't say it, then it wasn't said. But if it was said, then baby, take notes. Okay. So let me know what y'all thought about all of that. Down in the comments below, as if I give a fuck. And definitely make sure you stream my music as if you give a fuck. And if you enjoyed this commentary, then baby, check out the Patreon because there's definitely more where that came from. Bye-bye. Dolly, that body looks bad.
Finally made it after this long ass ride. So we pull up to the house in St. Louis. And I'm like, oh.
So we pull up to the house in St. Louis. I think I finally got her accents here.
So now I have to do some investigating with all other ladies to see how it all went to hell, child.
Can we catch you up? So you know when you were upstairs getting your beauty rest.
Yeah. Can we catch up? Because you know when you're upstairs getting your beauty rest.
The way that Kelly talks.
Because then you have Brent that's like nice school.
And then you have Kelly that talks like this. You're like, oh my God. ...
Space.
Sisterhood, in quotes.
Don't fast forward none of this. Absolutely not. I want to know every last motherfucking thing that Angela said. What the hell did Tangela say to them? Don't keep secrets.
How you doing, RuPaul? Now, Gilbert, you are a very funny man. Have you always been funny?
Alicia, I mean, I definitely understand committing to the character, but like, did she just start hormones yesterday? Where she put her titties? Girl, that is not a chest plate. Stop laughing, you transphobic.
I'm a T-girl from a past life.
Up next, she puts the sass in Sasquatch. It's...
Tell me that's not Karen Hugo. Tell me that's not Karen Hugo.
Play the video.
Miss Big Feet. What the did you just...
That's
Noel. Ooh,
Alicia.
Aubrey. Ooh, Aubrey, you're going to hell.
The Thomas Concubine video.
Sasquatch is a very offensive term to me.
If you must know. All I'm
now, I see that your nail
protecting the dynasty is a full-time job.
Talking about my kid, you stupid bitch.
I don't even...
Right, because you're talking about my daughter. Jackie, you talking about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter or my daughter's daughter.
I feel horrible and I feel guilty. Christian has been living a private life and he decided to marry me and it's been all eyeballs on us.
No, he's been living a private life scamming. He's been living somebody else's private life. That's what he been doing. Christian been publicly living somebody else's private life that he done stole. Who EIN, who social security number he using today?
At times you're fake. No, I feel like at times I rest my case.
Not Banner was on season 2 looking like a country Bama. Girl, I thought that was Shawnee.
I'm bad, I'm pretty, hot to ditty. Big ass shape, any sick ass city. Pussy on fire, cause she stay giving kitty. Bring the whole town and every time I'm in your city. I'm the bitch that you wanna be round. See, I'm the bitch, I'm the one with the crown. And I'm the bitch bringing cake by the pound. Have me on my knees every day, blinds, bitch, I'm going down. Deadly ass mouth, though, game is a killer. Stomach is available to be a babysitter. No need to be shy, put the thing up in it. Nothing wrong with a late night dinner, nigga.
So fat, it tastes like Skittles. Turn the shit down and watch how I giggle. You better work, notice ass back, you wiggle.
Shake that thing in a I jiggle.